is, all your content is currently not made for kids. Do you guys know what that means? It means if you're a kid on here, you shouldn't be on here. This is an adult Nerf channel. What do I mean by that? I don't mean that I don't think kids can't Nerf mod. I don't mean to insult anybody, nothing like that. But let's face it, I'm long-winded, I'm editorial, and I do mod for the side of the adult. Yes, I do. I mod for big people that can prime big springs and fire fast darts across the field. And so therefore, not only that, but there's a lot of adult themes, a lot of adult language telling you not to dial 911 ever, and that shots may be fired during this performance. And I don't just mean darts either. I mean, I can be downright snippy, rude, mean, angry, upset, and emotional at times. So really, this has never, ever been not only a show not made for kids, but it's also a channel not made for kids. And every once in a while, I decide to shoot that ammo can across the room. Ugh. I didn't have that on my screen, did I? Okay, I'm good. Yeah, so please, this show is rated M for mature, 18 plus only, and as you can see, I'm one of the only few people that has 0% non-content for kids, which I find very amazing. And welcome to Nerf News in the Owl Ranch, episode 38, season 2. I am your host, Chris Cartaya, and I'm just warning you, if you're a kid, there's much more interesting stuff to watch than my stuff. I mean, seriously, really there is. So I wanted to say this disclaimer before the show. So this week we're going to discuss a few things, a lot of stuff going on with YouTube, some new stuff in the industry that's been going around, and some new things. It's been a while since I've done an episode, so I decided to get back on the kick with it, and there it is. But first, let's talk about what's on everybody's mind right now, being copacetic. Yes. How do you get this? 0%, right? Tomo News, for example, had like 9% content, and it was like, chick gets gang raped, person brings down their bra, a guy gets hit with truck. Yeah, you know what I think it is? And that's clearly not rated for kids, okay? And this whole mystery that YouTube does and the FTC does, as I feel that this is just a big scare tactic by everybody, is I think they look at how many views do you get from kids actually. In other words, is it made to draw kids? I can't imagine Tomo News from Taiwan being able to really draw kids in or being made for that purpose, but kids do watch it, and they watch like their most obscene videos, yes. And why is that? Because that's their viewership. So my question is, okay, we can rate stuff for kids, not for kids. Clearly, Tomo News is not for kids. Okay, I think the first Tomo News article I ever saw was somebody getting cooked in a pressure cooker at, like, Bumblebee Tuna and died. Yeah, that's definitely not for kids. No, not at all. And, well, what do I think they should do? Well, obviously, there's more to it than the kids watching. Why don't we prevent the kids from watching? Yes. If you guys are so concerned about kids watching stuff, then I think this COPA thing's taking too far. Do I collect information about kids? No. Does Tomo News? No. Does Lord Drac? No. Does Coop772? No. None of those guys do. Welcome S7? No. None of us do. We just happen to be older people that like Nerf toys. And today, I'm going to open this up, and I got a special package from Foam Freak. Some new springs they sent me. Thank you, Evan. Thank you, Paige. I really appreciate it. But let's see. I got this thing here. And just like Welcome S7 criticizes, yeah, it's like, #1 Nerf, #1 blaster brand. Whatever. Okay, but I saw this. Right, I wanted to give it a try. I was going to buy the dual pistol pack, and I think I'm going to He-Man it out of there. Yes, I decided to He-Man it out of there and take it out and everything. But the thing is I think a lot of it has to do, how many kid viewers do you have? I remarkably have very few. So, yeah, mine's 0. Look at that. I'm not joshing you guys. You guys are like, man, you Photoshop. No, somebody accused me of Photoshopping that. I'm not going to say who, but somebody accused me of Photoshopping that when I showed it on a chat. No, I'm serious. 0%. Well, how can you be 0? I'm like 20. This guy's like 30. How are you doing that? Yeah, you must be lying, Chris. Oh, you know, my editing skills are so good, guys. I swear I'm lying, yeah. So anyway, we're going to use this blaster as our viewer harassment tool. I know it's an Alpha Strike. It's not that great, whatever, but we'll see what we can do. I like this yellow foam. It reminds me of the Explorer yellow foam, actually. I used to use for my Stephens, yes. Now I like the Adventure Force foam. And I will come, wow, pretty interesting. So let's get to the news, shall we? Let's get started. Let's get things rolling. Let's get moving, shall we? It's a video from Orange Bondworks, and of course it's very dramatic. Here we have, well, this was leaked a while ago. This was a magazine Fed thing they wanted to do, and I advised against a few things, such as the slanted mags, this and that. But look at this, yes, the Cybertech Corp, yeah, all plastic injection molded and neato looking with the lights, little slant magazines and everything else. And of course, we have Jangular, the king of Nerf news,
and now Friday, November
doing a great job with Orange Bondworks unveiling.
To make these blasters
you
available
got it.
for pre-order. We have not
They're available for pre-order.
Two
Do I think they'll be good for pre-order? Actually, considering how Orange Bondworks handled the pre-orders, I think they'll be good. But what are these exactly? They are a magazine fed, sealed breech, obviously. You can see the clear and the clear ABS, the polycarb, and the O-ring. Stefan firing full auto blasters. And you want to know what I think? I think short stroke is the way to go for a full auto motorized blaster. There's just one little problem with going short stroke, and of course that means that your plunger tube is of course smaller. One's going to do 100 feet per second, 8 rounds a second. The other one's going to do 120 feet per second and 20 rounds per second. But again, I don't think the expandability is going to be that great or that wonderful. I like the idea, and I like the fact that they actually pulled this. I remember about last season. Was it last season? Yeah.
Direct plunger system.
Their direct plunger.
The R1 is more of your carbine, do a little bit of everything.
And I thought it was a wet dream.
Blaster, and this is
well, it may still actually be a wet dream, but we don't know. We have to check it out and everything else. I like the lights. I like how clean the shell work is. Not junky or crappy like Jet Blaster stuff. The kind of professionalism you would expect from Orange Bondworks without the bullshit from people like Hang, without the bullshit from people like Jet. You have a pretty straightforward company. If they can really pull a rabbit out of the hat with this one, they can really do it. And also, I think this might be a blaster made more for consumers. You don't have the burnout motors. You don't have the stuff going on like that. And this might actually be good for that. Yeah. It's cool to see Jangular working with Orange Bondworks. I see a little bit of roughness and crudeness in their model, but on the little edges there and stuff. But, it looks good. And it's cool that he's actually coming forth and telling us how to doing it. One of my favorite Nerfs. That's obviously a 3D printed prototype part. So these are prototypes, yes.
Information telling you how many darts are left.
So the magazines actually retain information. That's nice. That's nice.
Will let you know.
But again, it's a new magazine system. I did say against that when I first saw the Orange Bondworks system as a drawing. It is a magazine system. It's a new magazine. One's a straight mag. One's a slant mag, which of course you need slant mags for the blasters in order for it to straight feed. Because if you have it slanted, yeah, it's a looks thing. And so it is a bit proprietary, but again, never know. It might get a big order from Walmart or Target or Dick's Sporting Goods or somebody, and this could be the standard. Can you imagine if one day we didn't use these and all of a sudden they brought these out to stores, and we're more used to, we're more used to our long shots, we're more used to our chronomags, we're more used to our retaliator models, that sort of thing, and then all of a sudden this became like a big thing. Like we would see these in Costco, for example. That has a chance of taking over. I haven't seen a company do it yet. I suggested that when I consulted with other companies, but I haven't seen a company do it yet. But I think the first one to do it is really going to define the standard, possibly way more than us, which is scary, which is really scary. So, but at any rate, it does look good. Even for a prototype piece, I can tell that's 3D printed. It looks very well put together. It looks very neat. And I do like the fact that it's Springer. It's not Flywheel. I think Springer has a long way to go with the with development, but they did the right thing and made this short throw rather than long throw. And I think that's the big key here. Because short throw, like with the Mauser fire, for example, it improves the feeding. You no longer have the 72 millimeter dart you got to cram in brass. You only got 36 millimeters. It does help a lot, yes. Well, anyway, with this going on, let's look at the other side of full auto Springer, because I think full auto Springer is coming back in a big way. Let's take a look at something else that one of my friends are working on. My friend Ezekiel back in Singapore. You know what I'd really like to see? I'd really like to see this going. A Nerf EZE kit. Alpha Common Stampede Common model. A lot of Nerf models like that. Not proprietary, not its own proprietary magazine system. Running a full draw. Look at this. Yeah, I really think that you're going to see something when you see Nerf EZE's kit. Really, really kick shit, man. This is going to be nice. This was about 6 weeks ago, and I haven't seen much from Nerf EZE just yet. But, yeah, with this. But he's working on other stuff, Chrono stuff, this and that too. And I think this is going to be really cool. So this is the kit, of course, I'm waiting for. You know, you got Orange Modworks and all that. And face it, this is a system that will do maybe 140, 150 foot per second max. But I think with the tougher parts, you might see velocities into the 180s, 200s if you're really good at it. Nice thing with the Orange Modworks stuff, it is a prepackaged kit, but let's face it, who does not want a pre-made Stampede? I mean, or a nicely made Stampede and, well, major look. Huh, that's my first fire for this, and it's not bad. It's really not bad. Yeah, I think Nerf EZE is on it. He's got 80 internal, 60 set of gears, 60 monkey mods barrels. I mean, he's on it. He's almost there with this. So I think you should. That was as of November 18th. So I think you should give him a call or a ring if you really want one. I think you should consider that maybe over this Orange Modworks deal, because let's face it, us Nerfers like conventional Nerf blasters. We like Nerf Stampedes. We like that kind of stuff. This is on Nerf EZE on Facebook. I'm not going to link it for you. You got to look it up, do the homework. You know how I am. Yeah. So every time I put up links, there's like no views. So that you guys earn that on yourselves. But as you can see, you got the breech, which you cut off the front of it and you put on. You got the nylon plunger. You got the gears. You got everything. I really think that you can make a really good Stampy kit with this. And I think it's worth a try. You guys all saw what happened with my Nerf EZE Chronomat kit. He had taken my influence directly and made it a feasible kit for all to use with the Monkey Moth barrel and 3D printed parts and everything. And I think it's really good. I think you still have to be a pretty good modder, just like you do with this. But let's face it, let's not surrender ourselves to 100 feet per second or 120 feet per second, which are becoming really suboptimal standards in this community. I mean, you got to at least be in the 200s to be thumping, or 150 to even have a chance. So I really think that the Orange Modworks Blaster, you know, a few years ago that'd be really great. Nowadays, yeah, not so much. So I really think you ought to look at Nerf EZE stuff, and you ought to look at his new kit, and maybe consider that, or maybe both, you know? I mean, but look at this. Look at all, he's got the worker gears, he's got these SLS parts. These SLS parts are tough, man. They're not like normal 3D printed. They are really tough parts. So, you know, he put a lot of effort and work into it. I've covered quite a bit of it, and I think you should really check it out. May have to take a couple of these over to over to the dot tag place over by Vincenzo's. So yes, may have to do that. Maybe coming next week or something. But we've seen a lot of new stuff this week. A lot of really new stuff that have come out as of late. Of course, we have, you know, Ben Anderson over at Foamcast covering this, of course. This is pretty good. Okay, so we've seen a lot of this over here. You know, a lot of stuff like this. I think it's okay, but I think the magazine being in there is kind of, you know, you're limited to, I think, 9 rounds. Personally, I really like to be able to, on these, Mousifire, Rev 2s, or the, or let's say the Spouts. You know, you have that 15-round magazine, and you can just pop one in and another. I decimated my entire crew with one of these, one game. And, I mean, I was completely passed out on the grass after I did that, after I took out every one of my team members. But still, it lacks that. Maybe it's good for a sidearm, but what happens if you run out of ammo? You got to keep putting ammo in there. And I guess that's good. You can push it in there, but yeah, and this is the front tube design, kind of like what Captain Slug had and everything else. That's 3D printing. You know what happens with 3D printing in the California sun. Do. Maybe in England it's not a big deal. Maybe some places in Washington it's not a big deal. But here, things melt. It's not really all that cool. Okay, and of course we have the Humorex wrecked blasters. I've seen a couple of reviews on these. I've seen Lord Drax's review on it, which was really good, and I've seen Bubba Lolo's review on it. And what he said was it doesn't shoot AccuFix very well, for one. For two, the barrel kind of moves everywhere. I got a lot out of Bubba Lolo's review, actually, because he did mention a lot of these things. It is a BB gun company. Drag tested, it has about 100 shots with it. Those are two really good reviews of this. But here's another problem. Like my league, for example, doesn't use CO2. It's actually in the Schoon rules. No CO2. So really, this is not a real Nerf modder friendly platform, and nor is it any cool. And I've seen some takedown videos and stuff like that, but to be honest, who cares? I see a lot of gas leakage, so I think the barrel can be lengthened. My league isn't going to allow it, so really, and anyone that does, I think CO2, it just doesn't, have it. Humorex, let me give you a suggested advice. A real high power Springer. Yes. You got it. Yes. Get yourself a high power Springer. Ah, no! Sorry, but in the typical Chris Cartaya fashion of doing things, I knocked over the camera again. I have a tendency to do that. But Humorex, this is what you need. A Springer, brass barrel, 16 kilograms, sealed breech, accuracy, power, what air guns were originally made for. Whoa! I just busted one of my dots. Can you believe that? Yes. And then it can be more powerful than this. Just talk to the champs like me, or people in Singapore, or Alan Turbina, and we'll agree. We'll think, you want to make a precision version of the long shot kit. See how this plastic's in here? If this was like solidly mounted in here, just a hint. If you had single prime pneumatic, just a hint. Oh yes, just like the fine work bow blasters or some of the Gamma blasters. Yes, just a hint. Forget this stuff. As long as you're going pre-charged air, unless you're HPA and you're going to specific HPA rounds, you might get away with it. But CO2 has been a no-no, and usually pre-charged gas, even when allowed in Nerf, in the very few matches that we see that allow them, they are usually high pressure air, or low pressure air in reserve tanks. So really, I just think that they haven't really listened to the community. I think it just looks really cheaply built. I like the blue one better. The blue one looks better, but really, I don't think as much as they need auto fire. Although a revolver would be cool. Yes, ping, 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 ping. That would be cool. But I'm thinking you gotta rethink your strategy, Humorex. I think you can do it. I think you make some decent optics. You make some decent airgun stuff. But let's face it, this isn't gonna fly. It isn't gonna break records. It isn't gonna be great and wonderful, And once again, I made you look. Oh yes. Okay. Is this a crock of shit or what? Does any real serious Nerfer care about this? No. Is this a big thing? No.
Hey, I'm your host, Jason Zone Fisher, and welcome to the
Where did you get this rehab addict from?
Today we'll unveil the latest,
oh, good! You can win the contest and get a gold Ultra 1.
The biggest innovation in blaster history.
They're not real gold.
Ultra 1 blaster. We're at an undisclosed New York City location and have built an extreme gaming course.
Gramercy Park, probably.
That'll test your distance, accuracy, and endurance.
So you rented a old bakery in New York, and yes, you're doing a show.
Because there will be no reloading. The last round, the gold round, the points are worth double.
Oh boy.
Suspended triangles will be your target here. Sweeping targets.
I would love to do this competition with my Mauser fire.
Remember relay sprints? That's exactly what you're going to be doing in this round, as it tests your endurance and your precision.
Because you're going to have to run up to the targets because you don't have enough range. It doesn't have 120 feet of range. Oh, should we go that flat? It's all about speed.
In Zone 3, players start here.
For you, it's all about meth and cocaine and hookers. But we're not going to talk about that. I know I'm making fun of the host. Maybe I shouldn't, but...
The next round of targets will activate. Some of your favorite personalities are here getting in on the action.
Not my favorite personalities.
Coveted all gold Nerf Ultra 1
Oh, it's all gold, everybody. Somebody went out and took a can of Krylon and sprayed it. That makes it special. Yeah. Oh, boy. You know, I remember when Jet wanted to do, like, games, and they wanted to make a competition sort of thing. And I honestly think that, you know, before everybody got canned from the place, or got, you know, dispromised everything they were promised, they were actually on a much better roll than this. What were they working on? I can't really say, but I can say that that pretty much Quick Flag came from the guy that was designing one of the games. That would be Ty. Yes, he invented that game, and now you see Quick Flag everywhere. It's just, yeah. So I can only imagine. And you've seen a lot of King of the Ring, and you see a lot of BTA stuff and organized games, and that by far is a much bigger bragging right. I think if I went on this show, I'd be like, goodbye world. I would be despondent. You couldn't pay me to be on this show. Even $10,000 in a gold blaster, even if I won, I'd be like, no. I'm sorry, I have too much class for that shit. I do. I mean, this is some cheap shit. And then on top of that, the blasters just sucks. You know, everybody knows the Ultra 1 just sucks. It's just not good. Well, anyway, let's get away from this noise. You know, we have the Wreck Blaster, we have this. Two more jokes that have been sold. But, you know, recently, Wacom did a video, a very good video, about things like this blaster line and how it's painted one side and not the other, and the darts being too expensive and everything else. Like, it's about time we had a talk Nerf. That was a really good video. I thought that was a good video about Nerf and everything else. I think that's definitely worth a watch if you check out Wacom's channel. But, you know, let's get on to some happier stuff, because this is depressing the hell out of me. So, on Eventbrite, you have Jared's Epic Nerf Battle 5. It will be in Houston at the AT&T Stadium. NFL field covered on obstacles. It'll be on Saturday, March 21st in 2020. So, already this has gone for sale. This is up. I think a lot of people haven't heard about this yet, and I'm surprised a lot of people haven't heard about this. But this is really cool. I really think... if you want to go for this, you know, record-setting event, and they're going to need big enough, you know, they're going to need big enough venues. They're going to need bigger and bigger venues to do this record-breaking attempt. I forget how many they had last year, but it was thousands of people. So it's a 4-hour series of amazing Nerf battles, $17.50 a person. If you think about it, for those rare Nerf wars, it's worth it. It's really worth it, and you ought to really give it a shot, you know, because. You know, the JENB5 I heard was really great. It was a little commercial. There was a little bit of Hasbro in it, but some people said that. But I think the battles themselves were organized very well and very cool. Also, in the Nerf Wars, you guys remember this cute group? Yeah. I still have this group. 536 members. It's still a good group. This is back in the old days when I was cruising with my brother here. That's Jason Belenez, otherwise known as Basic Nerf. And he used to run with a modded Stampede. He would kill for one of those Stampede kits. I'm almost thinking of sending him one of those Stampede kits and going, come on, man, play again. But, you know, some people live and die in Nerf. I take little breaks like you've seen, you know, where I'm just kind of like, I'm so depressed, and life sucks, everything else. And then I realize, no. Get happy. Mine's a little different. It's not sick of Nerf. I get sick of life. But anyway, that's my original Super Veloce with a drum mag. This is a blaster that could do about 110 feet per second. I made another blaster on top of that. It was called the R-Spec Retaliator. That did 130, 140 feet per second and can shoot about 100, 110 flat. That was a record-breaking and controversial blaster, because no other Retaliator has ever done 14 kilograms before. But at any rate, I wanted to show you something that was on here. Let's see. Here we go. Saturday, December 7th at 12:30 p.m. Southern California Unified Nerf Group, Oldhamer Park. That is the same park we played the last Armageddon. We're going to play there again. It looks like we got about 13 people that look like they're going to show. It looks like it's going to be a pretty good war. We all haven't really played in a while, but I can't wait to get my pretty out and just start shooting at people from across the park. It's really cool. This is the same park where Boomtendo shot a Boomco dart all the way from the one side of the park to the fences, and I thought that was really, really impressive. What is going to die now? Okay, this fucking box. I doubt it's going to go through it, though. It's going to die. It's going to die. Silicone-headed dart, guys. I didn't think that was going to work. I was going to go through it. Silicone-headed dart. Almost went clean through 2 layers of corrugated, laminated. Yeah, no hard dart. That was a Pac D. You try that with a Nerf dart and see how well you do. You probably won't do that well. Because these things, they bounce like bouncy balls. Yes, bouncy, 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 flouncy, flouncy, flouncy. And I broke one earlier shooting the long shot at the ammo can. But at any rate, this is going to be a fun park. If you want to meet Crazy Me, I'm going to be there. That's right. You have to bear me for a whole day. What are you going to do? You're going to have to dodge random shots like that. You're just going to have to dodge them. There's nothing you can do. Yeah. I mean, you show up, man. You show up. You got to man up. Yeah, so I will be here if you want to join me or have me committed. Or try. Yeah. So this was on Nerf Life and a few other things. It was first seen on the Nerf leaks. Okay. You got a couple of blasters here. One is the Charger. Oh no, what the shit? Did you just see that? I just got sabotaged by the gremlins. Yeah. I need to up my meds. Okay, but anyway, you saw that, right? It wasn't just in my head? Okay, good. Okay, so this is on Nerf Life, but it's on a lot of boards. This is a Charger, 12 rounds, okay? And it's one of those little things where you slide back, you load in the ammo, you put it in. I don't know, for some reason, people get nuts about stuff they're gonna look at later on and think it's like this, but, you know, it's the brand new thing syndrome. With Nerf, you see that a lot, especially lately. There's a few good blasters. Oh yes, I'm working on it. Don't worry. This is actually spare parts for my other one because I actually broke a part in it. So now I finally got some knockouts at my Walmart and I could finish my knockout. But yeah, but it's gonna be nothing compared to a Bird of Prey or anything. But let's just say I sourced a 20-kilogram spring and figure out how to put it in, and nobody else has. Ooh. Okay, because most of those mods you see in there, those are standard springs. Because it's all glued in there. No one's changed the spring. Well, not good old Cartaya, as you can imagine. But at any rate, it's just one slide back, and there it is. The Percy's, I've seen a lot of kits where you can put in extra ammo, maybe 100 balls or whatever. I think that's really cool, because I think that Nemesis is so bulky. And if you had some of the size of a Percy's, but yet you had another deck where you put another 50 rounds in it, that'd be really great. That'd be perfect. This is like downsized. So imagine you get a Zeus and you have your changeable mags, but without the changeable mags. What's the point? This, however, the takedown, that's important. Remember the Reaper, the Overwatch Reaper? Anybody remember that one? Yeah. And the problem was a couple things. One, the draw handle, and the other was it was very limited edition. Well, takedown is going to be as expensive. It's pretty much like going to be like a Jupiter, but a big shotgun thing. And finally, shotgun grip. I don't know how stable or how tough that's going to be, but it's worth a try. I think this is really cool. Can you imagine throwing an 18K in one of these things? That'd be cool. Like, if it'd be so cool if I had one. Instead of the knockout pistols, where I'm choo-choo, like that. And I had something that I can just boom, 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 boom. Yeah, and there's no gearing on it. It's direct prime. I've seen the internals. That's really cool. The only thing is, magazine. What do you do about the magazine? Magazine's going to stick somewhere around here, okay? Well, I thought a couple things. One, I thought about lengthening this and putting a thing over it, so then you have 2 wings and an outlet for this, and like so. So you would just go like that. And then you'd have a stock on the back and then a barrel. Yeah, do I think I could chronomag one of these? Yes. Do I want to? Well, maybe, maybe not. That's why sometimes you don't see mods, because it's not worth it. I don't just mod the brand new thing. I mod what I think is most practical. I think chronomag is going to take a while to beat, yes, but nonetheless, I haven't seen somebody mod a Jupiter yet, probably for the same reasons I'm thinking. And I am modding a knockout, yeah. I just have to put in the spare parts to do that. But this is going to take a little effort, a little work. Some 3D printed shotgun grip, maybe a head, a breech kit on top here, and a stock kit back here. And you think about it, now you have like a rifle. I think that's cool. You have a rifle with like a 15 round, either a Talon mag or a Katana mag, and I think that's really cool. It's good that we see this. It's all Chronos hardware. So it's good that we see this, and you don't have to buy some limited edition blaster and take it apart. But what I don't like is this. Yeah, you're better off getting a Percy's, man. This is what you get. Like, your kid asks for a Percy's. It happened to me lots of times when I was a kid, and I'm very traumatized for it. Just to let you guys know. Yeah. So, you get a I'm like, Mommy, I want a Percy's. And I get, like, the junk one that's next one down. That was, like, my whole childhood. Really sad. Like, one time I wanted the little bubble gear thingamajigs, the little construct things, you put them together and you make machines. I wanted the 1000 kit that had a little remote control, and they got the 400 kit. Didn't have any remote control. You just plug it in, turn it on, and it goes like, "Hey, guys, I'm going to crash this into your figurines." You know? I mean, it was like that, you know? But I couldn't do anything about it, nor can you do anything about that. So, made you look. And it's just life, you see. It is. So, at any rate, that's kind of why I see this. This, I think, is valuable, though. Especially as an alternative to the Chronos. I think, a lot of people, they don't like pistols. They like things with a shotgun with the slanted grip there. And I think, the other thing I think of is master key potential. Oh, that is the first thing I thought of. If I cut this, put this on the master key on something like maybe a long shot, but a bolted long shot, or an auto prime long shot, I'm giving Wacom some ideas what to do with his auto load long shot. Yeah, you can go boom, boom, boom. Especially if you hold this down and it slam modes. I hope it does. It probably doesn't. Ooh, that'd be a really good idea. If they don't, though, put a slam mode for these things. Woo. This is really cool. This is more like, the charge is more like the Zeus wannabe. Not even a Percy's wannabe, a Zeus wannabe, because it doesn't even take a level max. You gotta load it back and load in 12 with fire. Now, who wants to do that or the full auto? Or semi-auto? Nobody. It'd be much nicer if this was magazine, but hey, maybe you can do the Proton pack for it. Well, anyway, I got a gift from Foam Freaks. I wanted to show this to close my show. So I'm going to open this up. What could it be from Foam Freaks? The Foam Freak happy people. Yes, they make the greatest springs, the 18 turf and the 16 turf and the 12-8 retaliator. Ooh, lots of good stuff. What do we got? A few more of my favorite. Oh my gosh. These are the holy grail if you shoot like this. Yes, it is. These are 18.5 turfs. And they are amazing springs. Oh, I can't wait. Nice galvanized on the outside. Tough springs. Those might be the best ever. You can even see like the galvanizing on the outside. Real tough. Oh, man. That is tough. But we got even more than that. Check this out, man. I've got an LS10. A brand new LS10 from Turf. Thank you. Original LS10. Oh, so this is an Aussie Nerf 10. Holy cow. This is awesome. Very cool. And then let's see. We got in here. So these are 28K. So remember how this blaster did 28? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And then we've got a couple more. Looks like a couple more 10s. Although one looks... Ooh, nice. So we have got ourselves... Actually, you know what? I don't even think these are the 18s. They look tough, but they're 18s. They're 18s? Yeah, one... and we can do this by counting the coils. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so these are all 18s. I got 3 brand new 18s and 3 brand new 10s. You know what I can do? I can make like 4 more of these and really terrify everybody. Wow, this is just so rad. And then of course we got stickers. This is so cool. Finally, a Turf Springs I can fit on the side of this blaster. I'm going to. And we have all sorts of stuff. I'm a Springer. Let's just stick on my head real quick. You want to know why? Because I have to identify myself. The rest of this round, the rest of this show, I must identify myself as a Springer properly. You think sticking on my head will do that? I think so too. Hold on. Come on. Oh, gosh. It's like Christmas when you're trying to open up your presents and you have those really bad nodding, things in front of you and you can't quite get open. Okay, that's it. I am forever labeled. Springer! Yeah! This is really cool. Oh, this is so nice. It took me a while to open this because I meant to do an owl ranch and I didn't, but now I finally did. So thank you, Evan. Thank you so much. This is going to be really cool. I'm going to throw one of these in there next time I have it apart, and I have to have it apart for this week. So, oh God, this is just so much power and so much little space. Can make one of these do 370 feet per second. Yes. And two of these, like this one and this one. So, like, this would be our evil incarnation right there. That can do, like, 419. That's right. I hold the record for long shots, 419 feet per second. I can't let this fall off. You have to be reminded I'm a Springer. So until next time, this is Chris Cartaya saying, don't you go changing, I'll find you. This has been Nerf News for the Hour Ranch, Season 2, Episode 38. I'm hoping I'll do another one next weekend, and I'll be really happy about it, and I will control my horrible depression, and I will do episodes, keep doing episodes, and just stay copacetic. Look up all the videos, look up all that stuff. There's this one really cool lawyer guy who's really good. Don't just go by Drax's advice or my advice or anybody else's advice. Get some real professional advice on your channel, but I really don't want to see you go. I don't want to see this industry die. I want to see it stay in place. And, of course, as always, keep up on your guard or, I'll find you. Simple as that. And just remember what I represent. Peace out. Ow, you motherfucker. Come on. Don't fuck with me right now. Ah. Oh, shit. What the hell? The hell? I'm trying. Oh, Jesus Christ.